All roads lead to the historic Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum, as ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents the fiercest rivalry in Philippine collegiate sports. It's the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles against the De La Salle Green Archers here in Season 73 of your UAAP.
I feel energized when I hear the UST crowd cheer, "Go, Ste!" It always brings me great pride
to represent my school, UP.
Ang sarap ng makiramdam, walang tatalo sa samahan.
Wala akong takot, sino man ang kalaban.
I just get goosebumps
When I salute the crowd after a big play. Buo ang loob ko sa bawat laban. Ang tunay na warrior, matibay ang puso.
Nothing beats playing inside a jam-packed Araneta against your arch rival.
There are many stories to see, hear, and feel in the UAAP.
Season 73, ABS-CBN Sports.
The Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum, is once again a virtual sea of humanity divided by hues of blue and green surrounding this very court where their respective heroes will engage in a battle for basketball supremacy once more. Good afternoon, Philippines, and welcome to ABS-CBN Sports Live and exclusive coverage of the rivalry to beat all rivalries. It's Ateneo de Manila University against De La Salle University here at Season 73 of the UAAP. Live and exclusive on Studio 23, and of course, in high definition on Balls HD, Channel 167. The main event, and yes, it is an event. Ateneo versus La Salle. La Salle versus Ateneo. Everybody wants to be here. Media people, politicians, showbiz personalities, students from the respective schools, and even students that don't belong to the schools want to be part of the event this Saturday. But for those who can't, welcome to our live coverage on Studio 23. Ateneo and DLSU are tied with identical 2-1 records. But before we discuss and dissect this classic confrontation, allow us to whet your appetite.
Going to Atkins, forward to Joshua Webb. Webb has been long chasing. So quick 5 points by La Salle. Look at that move by Nico Salva. And Joshua trying to foul. He is on fire.
Emotion.
Again, all the way. What a play by Alex Salamat, back-to-back. 9:30 to play. 5 on the shot clock. What a play by La Salle. What a tough shot there by... Now called, foul called. At Mananeo. Basket first two. Salva from the elbow. Gets it to go. Rico Meyerhofer attacks and is denied.
The Eagles have reigned supreme the last 2 years.
Too many easy. Waiting for his move. Salva rotates. Puts it in.
The Archers are hungrier this season.
Now even Rivera, back-to-back hits, and the rebound fades away. But now just waiting for him, and the bang in the bucket. Joshua finally finding a crease to bang in the bucket. Wow,
Let The battle begins.
Back-to-back championships and 6 straight wins against their arch-nemesis are just some of the things that the Ateneo Blue Eagles can be proud of. But those feats are already in the past, and today they must focus on the task at hand. So Art, it's your first Ateneo Lasal game. How are you feeling?
Kinakabahan, syempre. I'm honored kasali ako sa naging part ako ng Ateneo Lasal at nakapaglaro pa. Thankful ako.
You've been with Ateneo na for 3 years here in the UAAP and you still haven't lost to Lasal. How do you feel about that?
I feel glad that we've been consistent this past 2 years and we plan to do the same this year.
As a player, what do you feel you need to do to continue that streak?
We just have to keep on playing Ateneo basketball, be consistent, follow the game plan, and listen to instructions of Coach Norman.
You're playing in what might be your last 2 games na against Lasal here in the UAAP. What makes these last 2 games special to you?
Siguro kasi yung Ateneo Lasal kasi iba yung competition nun eh. Tsaka sobrang honored ako naglalaro ko na sa harap ng maraming tao kasi yun nga, Ateneo Lasal, gusto ng mga players maglaro doon. Tapos, yun nga, last year ko na to, so para sa akin, sobrang special na to.
Coach Norman, as of today, you've won 6 straight over Lasal and have a 9-5 record against them. Now that you're going up against Coach Dindo instead of Coach Franz, would there be any difference in facing them?
Of course, there'll be a big difference. He's a different coach, so I'm sure his offensive plays will be different, so our preparation will be different for their team. Maybe the defense will be similar in the fact that they still press a lot and trap full court. But what I've noticed from their games is that their offense is different from last year. Yes.
That's actually what I was about to ask. What does make this Lasal team, different from last year's?
They're a very young team, but they're very energetic. They're very talented. They just don't have the experience yet. So I'm really going to have to do a good job of trying to individually scout their players because I'm not really familiar with a lot of their games, the way they play, and make sure our players are prepared.
Thanks, Coach. That was Coach Norman Black of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Well, the Ateneo side of things are talking about that 6-game winning streak that dates back to 2008. But the Lasal community believes that that streak probably and might end today. They have not experienced a win against Ateneo since 2007, September 30 to be exact. That was a step-ladder format when Coach Franz Pumaren was still coaching. Hello and welcome once again to our live and exclusive broadcast of Ateneo versus Lasal here in Season 73 of the UAAP. Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manotoc for ABS-CBN Sports. TJ, you know, it's a perfect time for them to meet early here in the eliminations. They're both coming in after a win. Both of them have a bit of a glitch in their team records. Of course, Ateneo against FEU, they lost. Lasal against NU, they lost. So, medyo maganda yung pagpasok nila dito sa matchup na.
Well, you couldn't have drawn it up any better if it were this early in the season. They're both at 2-1, both coming off 2 very emotional victories. Let's put it that way. Ateneo, you know, there's that mini rivalry between Ateneo and UST. That was a big win for them. It wasn't easy all throughout the game. First 3 quarters, UST was hanging tough. Talking about Lasal, that was a big emotional win for them also. If you could draw it up any better, that was the best kind of win that you could get out of Lasal before going up against Ateneo today.
Now, because they have identical records at 2-1, you know, we want to highlight some things about both teams. Let's start with Ateneo. We want to highlight both the positives and the negatives so far in Season 73.
Well, for Ateneo, you're looking at some of the things that have gone well for them comparatively to what they've lost. They're doing well in the front court. Remember, one of the biggest questions coming into Season 73 is how will they fill the shoes of Nonoy Baclao or Rabah Al-Husseini? Those 2 big guys provide so much offense and defense in the paint. 40 points a game so far by the front court alone. 30 rebounds per game combined and 4 blocks per game combined. And that's not even counting the guards and small men who score in the paint.
Yes.
So that's a lot of points coming inside. That is 40 out of the 68.7 that they average. But here's the problem. They are the worst shooting 3-point team today. And that is not the case. That's not what Coach Norman wanted out of his team. He wanted them to be the best, same as last year. But they're only averaging 15.9% from 3-point territory, and they have to do something about that. I think that also involves missing Rabah Al-Husseini, and we'll explain that later more in the game.
That's a big drop from the almost 32% that they averaged last year. More on the rivalry between Ateneo and Lasal, and we will talk about Lasal when we come back after this short break.
Just like last season, the De La Salle Green Archers entered this campaign's first meeting with their arch rivals with a younger, less experienced team as compared to their foes from Loyola Heights. Unlike last year, though, La Salle has a new Pumaran at the helm, but Coach Dindo is fully aware that this Ateneo squad isn't invincible and that the Archers have what it takes to shoot them down. What are you feeling now that you're going against them in the seniors division?
There's going to be a lot of people watching and you just have to stay calm because of the pressure.
So Maui, hindi niyo pa natatalo yung Ateneo sa last 6 games niyo. Anong kailangan niyong gawin para maiba naman?
Plan lang talaga namin maging aggressive. Maging focus kami sa game this Saturday. Tapos, syempre, stick within the system. Tapos, siguro i-enjoy lang namin yung game.
Kailangan niyong gawin para maiba naman?
The team with energy. And then, just play as a team. Don't give up. That's it.
You've lost 6 straight times to Ateneo, and you're one of the only remaining players who's experienced winning against them. Why did you lose those last 6 times?
Like last 3 minutes of the game, we backed down. I think we need to change that. We need to play aggressive ball throughout the game, and I think naman the players are really hungry this time. So I'm just gonna make sure that we play aggressive and La Salle basketball throughout the game. We need to think about the team, not ourselves.
There you have it, Simon Atkins of the De La Salle Green Archers.
Thank you very much. Back here live at the Araneta Coliseum. Well, everybody talking about that 6-0 streak of Ateneo over La Salle. But you talk about the rookies of La Salle, 7 rookies in that team, TJ. They don't care about that streak because they never experienced it.
Exactly, and they're coming into this as their first Ateneo La Salle game fresh. Anything can happen.
Yes.
Absolutely anything can happen. There have been times we've seen great rookies come out with big performances, and we've seen some rookies come out with flat performances because of too much pressure. But looking at what the Archers have so far, we were calling them their hits and misses.
Okay.
There's some good things about them this year, and there's some things that are going to be their key this year. First, obviously, what they've been doing well, they have been the best team in bench scoring. 36.7 points off the bench from this team. 9 players are averaging more than 50 minutes of ball game.
Wow.
So you can see the balance of playing time, the balance also of the scoring coming from the players of Coach Dindo Pumaran. Take note, 3 out of their 5 top scorers are off the bench, combining for 22 points a game. That's Marata, Andrada, and De La Paz. That's a big feat for them coming off the bench. Their inexperience, though, may be a big factor. 7 rookies and 4 sophomores is no joke whatsoever, especially coming into an Ateneo La Salle game where you want to bank on your veterans.
All right, now we can talk about the Salamats, the Salvas, the Atkins, and even the Maui Villanuevas in this game. But let's highlight a couple of breakthrough performances from the previous games for these 2 teams. Ateneo, Justin Chua. La Salle, Papat Paredes, TJ.
I gotta say, this particular matchup and their respective previous performances got me so excited for this game.
Exactly.
Personally, I've been waiting for Justin Chua to have his breakout game. I saw this kid when he was in high school, and I saw what he can do. And he did exactly that. He is an outside scorer. He's got a great perimeter game. He's not blessed with quickness. He's not blessed with a lot of moves in the paint, but he's got a great touch, and he did just that against USD. 17 points in only 28 minutes. Add to that 11 rebounds, 4 block shots. On the other hand, Papot Paredes came out of nowhere, exploding for DLSU, and I'm sure La Salle knew that this guy was capable of this, but did they think it would happen this early? I don't know. But he poured in 10 points, 8 rebounds, and an awesome record so far for season 73, 6 shot blocks in only 18 minutes. Imagine if he played more than that, he could have gotten more blocks, but the energy that these 2 guys bring on the floor for their teams is going to be a major factor, especially, I think, on the side for Paredes and the big men of La Salle.
Well, DJ said it best. You couldn't have scripted better. It is Ateneo versus La Salle. Those 2 guys will see action, and we'll get this game going when we come back here live from the Araneta Coliseum on Studio 23.
Rivalry ever in Philippine sports. This is your season 73 of the UAAP. First, celebrating their centennial 100th year anniversary in 2011. Here's this year's UAAP hosts, the De La Salle Green Archers. And off guard, number 7, Simon Atkins. Point guard, number 12, Joel Tolentino. Center, number 15, Ferdinand. Power forward, number 5, Maui Villanueva. And at shooting forward, number 10, Joshua Spiderweb. Head coach of the Green Archers, Tento Pomalen. And now, the starting five for the reigning, defending, back-to-back UAAP champions, the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. At shooting forward, number 13, Ryan Bonafé. Power forward, number 21, Frank Golia. Center, number 18, Justin Chua.
Blue and green, Ateneo and LaSalle. First time for season 73 of the UAAP. Part 1, yes. Live on Studio 23. The replays for those watching it on Balls Channel 34. Good evening to you. And again, all of this is experienced in high definition on Balls HD 167. Again, Boom Gonzalez, DJ Manotoc, ABS-CBN Sports. It is live. It is exclusive. And we are ready to go here at the Araneta Coliseum on a Saturday at that. Here we go. First dibs. Guys in white and green with Tolentino starting at point, Villanueva, Atkins at 2, Joshua Webb and Ferdinand. DJ, if you're a LaSalle fan, Joshua Webb, who attacks for the very first time, has averaged 18.5 against Ateneo last year. This year, in the 3 games, has only, what, 5 points, right?
Obviously, this is his favorite opponent to go up against, and it's a no-brainer. I mean, Joshua and his family have spent all their lives wearing green and white, and this is something that really, pumps him up and makes him more focused to go even better.
Kirk Long for the first 3 of the ball game, and he gets it to go. As Ateneo, the defending champions, draw first blood.
And we're going to monitor that. Remember, we mentioned Ateneo is the worst three-point shooting team in the league so far today at only 15.9% from beyond the arc. So we're going to see if they're going to do a better job of spacing out the floor, drive and kick outs to get better looks from beyond the arc.
And that's pretty much a percentage of Kirk Long. He's shooting at 15.4 for the season so far. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Jessica Mendoza from the Ateneo side.
First off, Boom, the PTs have informed me that Eric Salamat has fully recovered for today's game and will be playing at 100%. On the other hand, Chris De Chavez, he was able to take the cast off his broken finger, but he will have to stay on the bench for a couple more games. As for alumni support, Mr. Manny Pangilinan himself paid the Blue Eagles a visit at the dugout, along with Jai Reyes, Nonay Baclao, and Raba Al-Husseini, who expressed his regret at no longer being able to put on the blue and white. He said, "Ang pangit maging fan." Overall, the boys are relaxed and focused and are going to avoid the mistake of taking their rivals for granted. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much for the Samson courtside update. Samson turn on tomorrow. Really, that's a sad part of graduating. Coming back and being a spectator, wanting to help but cannot. As LaSalle has missed all their field goal attempts so far. Ateneo in the lead. And almost 2 minutes gone by here in the first. Salamat against Atkins, the two captains against each other. PJ, Salamat gets it back. Broken play. They go to Kirk Long once again from the corner. That's short. The rebound with Maui Villanueva.
Well, good defensive rotation there by LaSalle. Even though Ateneo was scampering and patient enough to move that ball around, they did not allow them an easy look.
Webb on the curl. Webb all the way. Still no go because there was an infraction. He stepped on the line and gives us an opportunity to throw it to Aaron Torrejon from LaSalle. Aaron?
You know what, guys? If you were to enter the dugout before this game, you would have seen the boys and described them in one word, and that would have been focus, since they already had their game faces on, just as Coach Dindo wanted. And there was this serious atmosphere the boys had since their first day of practice for this game last Tuesday. Also, the boys broke their usual habit of listening to their iPods before the game, and instead they were all on the floor quietly watching their game against UE to remind themselves of what they can do to secure a victory today. This silence, though, is not an indicator of their energy, as the boys yelled a resounding "Yes, Coach" when asked if they are ready to let Ateneo bleed. The huddle was ended by Coach Dino telling the boys that this will all boil down to the hungrier team. And I know without a doubt that that is us. Just play 40 minutes of De La Salle basketball full of aggression. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much for the Samsung courtside update. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Well, they won big against UE, TJ, so something really making them confident coming into this game as Golia has provided good minutes for Ateneo. But misses on that attempt. Atkins surveys the floor, gives it up to Tolentino for the three. No. And a tap going to Ateneo. 2-on-1. Buenafe against Atkins. Against Tolentino. Draws the foul and will go to the line for 2 gift shots.
So going back to that last possession of Ateneo, you saw Eric Salamat posting up and having Justin Chua at the top of the key. That was their bread and butter play in the end game against USC, which saw Justin Chua score 8 points in the 4th quarter. So look to them to do that a lot more in this ballgame.
Samsung instant replay. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Ryan Buenafe, who is the leading assist man this year for Coach Norman Black. So far, 4 assists in the game. That's
there's the unhappiest fan. Because everybody's happy to be in here.
Former King Eagle. 7-12. La Salle still no point up the board, while Ateneo with 4. Joshua Webb against Buenafe. Coming up the 7-minute mark, and again another steal. They are number 1 in that department here in the league so far. Good blow, man. Unable to put it in, but the stick back by Justin Chua.
Always pays to still follow the play in case you get a drop-off pass or get to follow up that miss, and that's the discipline that Justin Chua is showing. Ateneo up 6-0.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. We're back here at the Araneta Coliseum looking at a clear anti-dandruff shampoo high-precision stop of the game. Number 1 in steals. Ateneo so far this year they are ranked up there. Actually, let me correct myself. Number 2, second to Adamson University. As we look at our Hardcourt Heartthrob brought to you by Silverworks. Vote for your ultimate Hardcourt Heartthrob. Look for Silverworks on Facebook now. Silverworks, wear it proud. Back to live action with under 7 minutes to play. 3 DLSU turnovers, no field goals before the Simon Atkins 3, and Coach Norman Black is livid at the fact that nobody was covering Simon.
He was wide open. Of course, there was a screen that took away his man from him, but there was no help defense to rotate out on him at the top of the key.
That's the first field goal. And the first turnover for Ateneo, who are best in that department. This 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow, because it's better to know what's coming next.
And Simon is not a quick release shooter. For him to have that much time to set up, that means you really screwed up defensively and gave him a lot of time to set up that 3.
Boy, if you saw Norman Black, you'd think it was the last few seconds of the 4th quarter, the way he reacted. Yep. That's just how it is in the UAAP. From the get-go, things are pretty intense, especially with these 2 schools going at it. 6-3 is the score, 6:17 to play. By the way, a couple of substitutions already for La Salle. Marata's in, so is Vosotros for his first Ateneo La Salle game. Marata. And Golia again with another rebound. That is his second of the ball game. Buenafe gives him the dribble, and exactly 6 minutes to play. Salamat posting up. Triple team on him. Buenafe picking up scraps against another triple team, but that going back to him. Forces his out. Bang in the bucket for the former Rookie of the Year.
That is power from an underrated player in terms of being a quick and powerful guy. It doesn't look like the best athlete on the team, but you'd be surprised what kind of upper body strength Ryan Buenafe has. He can bump with you in midair, still keep his composure and get those shots to go.
Alaksan FR Arayco Galinko, shot of the game. Alaksan FR Arayco Galinko. 8-3, 5:46. Jittery start for the DLSU Green Archers. Buenafe looks way better than when we saw him, TJ, in the preseason.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's lost a lot of weight. Easily about 10-15 pounds.
1 out of 5 from the field are the Green Archers so far. Mendoza's in the ballgame already. Atkins covered. Pick and roll, and then they go to the other side for Maui Villanueva's first 2.
Beautiful passing, beautiful patience to try to get a crease in that defense of Ateneo.
By the way, these are the number 1 and number 2 assist teams in the league so far. Ateneo number 1, La Salle number 2. Coming up the halfway point of the first quarter. Long finds Chua underneath, and another foul. But Justin Chua, I mean, you can see the difference of a game that he's coming from and the confidence coming into this game.
I mean, look at the 5 that's on the floor now for Ateneo. This is practically the 5 that they ended with against UST.
Nico Salva getting set to come in. The Ateneo Blue Eagles wearing Nike's latest kits, the Nike Zoom Hyperfuse that makes its UAAP debut today. The Nike Zoom Hyperfuse incorporates awesome new technology that delivers a strong, breathable, and lightweight structure that promises to deliver explosive on-court performances. The Nike Zoom Hyperfuse will be available in select Nike stores beginning August 4, 2010. Nico Salva is a leading scorer for Ateneo so far this season, averaging a shade under 13.
Salva for Justin Chua.
And he comes in for Justin Chua, who already gets a good round of applause from the Ateneo crowd as if it were the end of the UST game. They're still on a high from the heroics of Justin Chua, who actually finished with 17 points in that UST game, with 8 of those points coming in the fourth quarter.
Actually, very, very high percentage of that. Shooting 7 out of 9 in that game.
Awesome.
Now Ateneo has shot 5 free throws already so far. LaSalle nothing. Vosotros 3. If it works, didn't. Golia again controlling the boards. That is his third.
And that is smart rebounding three. He's not the quickest, he's not the widest, he's not the best leaper, but he smartly taps into himself.
Average is 6.3, DJ.
That's good numbers.
Very good numbers.
For the limited minutes he gets.
Second to Nico Salva. Salva with the offensive rebound. They go back and recycle the offense. At 18 to shoot. Salva, nothing there. Buenafe, quarter court, takes the 3, that's short. But tracked down by Nico Salva once again. Offensive rebounding.
Third straight possession here for Ateneo.
11-5 is our score, coming up the 4-minute mark of our first quarter. Salamat drives, dishes it out, tries again, right, Buenafe. Short, third offensive rebound. Golia puts back up. Bothered by the LaSalle defense, but that was the 4th official offensive rebound in that sequence.
10-3 is the stat now in the rebounds, dominated by Ateneo so far.
Marata, quick release. In rhythm,
there you go.
Gets it to go.
That's the guy who's got probably the quickest release amongst all the three-point shooters of LaSalle.
Shooting 21% from that area this season so far. And it is 11-8. What about this space, TJ? What do you think? Who favors, or who does it favor, rather?
Well, so far, with the way Ateneo is playing, they like the way they're able to set up half court. We haven't seen too much open court game, which would favor LaSalle because they're not that strong in the half court set once they're slowed down and match up. But check out this bit of execution. Beautiful job there. Kicking it off was Simon Atkins getting away from that double team in the corner.
Sa PS Bank, maaasahan assist. Sobrang bilis na. May prime rebate pa. PS Bank home loan. And this one, a Samsung instant replay on the offensive foul by Eric Salamat. So, with all of that, we are at 11-8. 3:10 remaining. Vosotros, as Montfort comes in for Ateneo. Bodies flying. Marata thought about it. And Buenafe takes it away. Buenafe using his bunk. Again draws another foul.
That's just the smarts of Ryan Buenafe. As we always stress, he's not really a quick guy defensively, but he's got really quick hands, and he knows when to swipe that ball.
Timeout brought to you by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. We will be back. Back here at the Arena.